Here's how to find out who is slandering you on the web. So, we've worked in the online reputation management industry for over a decade. And while we focus on suppressing negative content, okay, deleting negative posts when and where it's possible, reaching out to editors, having them deleted, we've also found certain strategies to actually find who is behind all of the negative content. Now, before I do this video, this is a disclaimer, okay? Look, disclaimer, okay? Because I don't want to end up in court next week. Not fun, not good for revenue and bottom line, not good for health. Disclaimer. Do not use what I am about to teach you to do anything illegal. Check the laws of your jurisdiction. Do not hunt people down, stalk them, or track them using the information I'm about to share with you. That being said, these are some interesting ways you can find out who is behind a certain account, who is doing certain things to slander your reputation, who owns certain websites. This is for informational purposes only. Again, check with your jurisdiction and use this information responsibly. Okay, disclaimer done. Wonderful. Now we're going to talk about how to find the person behind a negative website, a negative account. We're actually going to split it up. So website, there's a few different ways. If somebody is slandering you on a website, you can simply do a who is. Who is. Google who is lookup. Okay? By doing a who is lookup, you can actually see who's behind a website. Unfortunately, many times it's private. Okay? Many times it's super private. So if you do who is, it's going to say Cloudflare. We don't really know where it is, anonymous, but sometimes they trip up and you can do a who is and find out who's slandering you with this negative website. Now, there's some other ones. Anywhere else. You can talk about the website, we could talk about social media, but this is kind of the anywhere category. Anywhere someone is slandering you, so long as you can reach them, okay? This is really interesting. As long as I can send them a DM, okay, and this is where the legality is very interesting. Do not do this to trace somebody's IP address, but it is possible, okay? We will use Grabify. Grabify is a service that has a token in it, or will actually read the IP, the internet service provider, everything. You will send a message, and you will insert the Grabify link. So we use a little bit of engineering. This is for educational purposes only. Somebody's made a negative website. I see they have an email. I can fill out the contact form. I see you have this negative website about Bob. I'm a journalist and I'm writing a story about Bob and I want some comments. Can you click this link and let me know, reach out to me here. And behind this Grabify link, I'm going to send them a Grabify link. I can kind of alter the URL to look however I like. And if they click that link, it's going to tell me their location, their IP address. It's going to tell me what internet service provider they're using, so long as they're not using a VPN. So anywhere you can use Grabify. Okay, and I'm not going to go into in-depth details about how to use Grabify, how to use who is lookup. This is very simple. You can just type this into Google for who is lookup. For Grabify, it's pretty also self-explanatory. Once you get into Grabify, you'll learn how to do that as well. Another thing you can do is if there's an account, you can isolate either a Google business profile, or you can isolate the email, or you can isolate the number, or you have a feeling, I know who this is. You can use a tool. So for account lookups, we can use osint.industries. That's OSINT, right? Open source intelligence is what OSINT is. .industries. This is a tool used by law enforcement. I don't know how many law enforcement officials or organizations use this, but that is one of their main target audiences. All you need to do is type in, provide either the phone number, because accounts can be registered through phone numbers or they can be registered through email. So you need certain pieces of information. Oftentimes it's a phone number. Other times it might be email ID. you will put it into osint.industries, and then what it's going to do is it's going to spit out all the various accounts this person has, and you'll be very surprised at what you can find. You'll likely get Facebook, Instagram, Google reviews. So oftentimes law enforcement will do this to profile an individual. And then we have three. We have the website, the Whois lookup, which is the most basic. A lot of people use Whois lookup. We have Grabify, which likely, if you're not going to do this properly, it's going to be illegal, so don't do this. It's just an idea about what people have used and also how to protect yourself. Now, osint.industries, great way to look up accounts and see where they're connected to and kind of get a tree, like a visual representation of all the different accounts that this person might have. So those are a few really great ways. You can also look into behavior, text, see how they write certain things. If this is a disgruntled employee, do they use the same words? Did you see a negative post 3 years ago which you identified it was definitely them from a review? Then they've used that same text in the same way, in the same sort of like schematics. It's probably that person, right? So you can send a cease and desist notice. There's a lot that you can do, but these are just a few ways you can see, who's behind the negative content. My name is Nadernejad. If you need help with your online reputation management, we will fix it. We're not private investigators, but I just wanted to show you what's out there and what people are doing. Thanks for watching.